Hey guys, it's me, Alice. So today I'm going to talk about a weird dream that I had, and I'm going to attach this video at the end. And at this postmark right here, you can click on it and watch her video. But I had a weird dream many years ago. I fell asleep, and it was like I was tethered to my body, and I kind of like shot out of my body, and I went. I don't know where. I assumed to another realm or a different planet. And I seen like different creatures. I seen like, it looked like a lizard thing. And like the sky was like a yellowish green. And it was like really desolate lands. And I remember seeing from the desolate lands, like going somewhere else, whether it's a different part of the planet or a different planet entirely is another thing. And, when I did that, I remember seeing like these really tall beings, and the tall beings like seen me, but they really weren't fazed by my presence there. It's like they noticed, but it just didn't care. And I remember thinking like, wow, these things were like tall, like the size of giants, if not bigger, like very enormous. And I remember seeing like different like entities too when I was on that wherever. And I remember coming back to my body. It was like a tug, and I would have thought this entire experience was a dream. But I remember when I was hovering above my body, I seen like my dad walk. I seen in action, like he was walking into the room, like looking around, and like was in my purse, like looking for something. And then I remember after that, I got up and I looked at him, and he was like right there in my purse. And I was like, yeah, put that back. And then he walked out, and I'm like, wow, that was not a dream. Because when I was sleeping, I'm lying down and I'm not facing the door where he entered. So how is it that that happened? You know what I mean? Like, that was spooky that I could see all that from above. It was like I was circling back down, kind of like, you know, when you see water drain when the sink is full and it creates that little, what I'm going to call a tornado. That's what was happening, like at the top of the tornado of the room, the ceiling of the room. I was like spinning in big circles, and as I got closer to my body, it was like smaller. It was very surreal. But guys, leave comments in the comment section below about your experiences, like crossing whatever, and the spooky dreams you had that ended up becoming real. Just let me know, because I love that. And I'm gonna let Audacity video play at the end. All right, guys, I am Malice Alice. Love you all. Bye.
Don't actually think was a dream at all. I'll go first. About 7 years ago, I had a friend pass away. About 6 months after he passed away, he visited me in a dream. Though it wasn't like any dream I've ever had before, and I am convinced I'm not a religious person or anything, but I was certainly visited by a spirit guide. I am wholly convinced that that was what visited me. Told several of my friends this story through Facebook messages. This is in 2017. And I'll share those right here, what those Facebook messages said. But basically, I was standing next to my bed. This was like the dream. I was standing next to my bed, and there was a woman in all white. She had brown hair. She was like maybe 5'6" or something. She looks at me, and it was so weird because it was as if we were talking, like having a conversation, but no words were being exchanged. She puts her hand on my shoulder. She stands behind me, puts her hand on my shoulder, and all of a sudden in my room is my friend that passed away. And he's wearing what he was wearing at his wake, which is so freaky. And he says, "Hey bud, how's it going?" Something like that. And then I ran into his arms, like crying, and I kept saying, "I'm so sorry," just for the way that he passed away. I was like, "I'm so sorry." And he's like, "It's okay, bud." And I'm like, "What are you doing here?" And he said, "I don't know. You're the first person they've let me see." Oh my god, I just got chills. And I think I said something like, "Who?" And then the lady put her hand on my shoulder again, and I just like jolted awake. And I'm not wholly convinced that was a dream, so let me know if you guys want to hear any of my other freaky stories, because I certainly have quite a few.